Hello, USFL 16-team GMs. Here we are, highlights, Week 8. Season is fast passing us by. The Jacksonville Bulls, Steve Miller's team, go on the road to the Maulers, Ron Freeman's team, and win this game 28-26. They go to 3-5, just one game out in the South right now. Pittsburgh Maulers are behind the Stars, 2 games behind the Stars. That loss really cost them. They go to 4-4. The Tampa Bay Bandits, Brian Tracy's team, a surprise this year at 4-4, bringing himself out of the cellar, get a win in a low-scoring, ugly game, 19-13 over the Generals, Darren Spencer's team. Darren Spencer's Generals go to 3-5. Tampa Bay is 4-4. We'll go over the standings at the end of this. The Memphis Showboats win on the road to the Breakers. Looks like the road teams took it to them this week. But the Memphis Showboats 29-26 over the Breakers. Craig Christian's Breakers fall to 3-5. Jake Matthews Showboats go to 4-4. 3-5 and 4-4, guys. Everybody there, 3-5 and 4-4. You're all in the top tier playoff possibilities. So I'll do a little critiquing on the previews coming up here. Birmingham Stallions lost to the Stars. Chris and Michael Summers, I tell you, this is definitely a grudge battle from now on out, I do believe. But Stars win this one, go to 6-2. Loaded team. The Stars are star-studded for sure. Birmingham Stallions lose this 26-22. And then the Express, best 3-5 team in the league, I believe, win over the Michigan Panthers, who are 4-4, and also loaded Kenneth Beatty's team. El Briscoe and Dante Briscoe win this in a close one by 1 point, 20-19. Express go to 3-5. Imagine they were 2-5 before that, and they have about a 48% chance to make the playoffs. So it's very interesting there with the Express. Just a slim win over the Panthers, who could have stretched themselves out in the Central. Didn't happen. El Express win over Panthers. And then the Oakland Invaders, what can I say? 25-19 over the Outlaws, the scrappy Outlaws. Oakland Invaders go to 8-0. Raymond Gallus' team, and then Denver Gold, Steve Smith's Denver Gold, another new GM in our league, playing well. 23-21 over Bill Kellett's Gamblers. Gamblers got a good team. We'll go over that here in the previews. And then the Arizona Wranglers win a close one over last year's runner-up Thomas Hollick's Chicago Blitz, 27.8 to 27.3, 0.5 points. I usually just round the scores off. So let's go into this next week. Big games here on the slate. Again, all the 3-5 teams, you know, they're right there. We got the Pacific versus the Central this week. I'm going to say the Pacific is going to pull this out and win more games. Win more than just 2 games out of the Pacific versus the Central. We'll start with Kenneth Beatty's Michigan Panthers. Go to Kevin Perillou's Wranglers. 26-22 is the projection here. Actually, I'm looking at the new projection. Apparently, I'm not sure what's going on here, but let's see here. I see no reason for the projection to change other than maybe Michigan, something changed with Michigan's lineup. But this is a 1-point game, guys. Michigan and Arizona, both teams are 4-4. We'll go over the standings a little bit later. Keepers Mahomes, Elliott, and Hill for the Panthers make them strong here, make them favored a bit. The Wranglers have Kirk Cousins, Michael Carter, Dearness Johnson, a wild card. That might have been the change. I don't know exactly, but Dearness Johnson is interesting. And then he's got Justin Jefferson too. So going to be a really good game there. Michigan and Arizona both 4-4. And then the Gold and the Blitz. This game is a 2-point game to the Denver Gold at home. Let's see here. Denver Gold at home, I do believe. And it looks like they've got a 3-point edge there, Steve Smith's team, over Thomas Hollick's team. He's going, Thomas Hollick, Blitz are going with Justin Fields appropriately there, I guess. Mixon, Herbert, also with Chicago. Going to be interesting. Chicago's got some Chicago players playing. But the Gold are favored in this one by 3 points at home over the Blitz. And then moving to the next game, Gamblers and Invaders. This is a 1-point game, guys. Need to say more. 1-point game. You got Carson Wentz with the Gamblers versus Hurts for the Invaders. You got Eckler. Devontae Adams is out right now, but I think he has some points on him. But he's showing out right now. We'll see what happens there. If Adams shows up at home, I think the Gamblers are going to have a tough time beating the Invaders. The Invaders are only favored by 1 point in that game, one to watch. And then LA goes to the Oklahoma. LA Express, as I talked about, best 3-5 team in the league. They got a 3-point advantage in this game right now. Oklahoma Outlaws are not completely lined up, so I don't know what exactly that's going to turn out to be. But I'm going to go with the Express in that game, looking strong. Then the game of the week is the Boats and the Stars. Stars go to the Boats. We don't have a home field advantage here, but we'll pretend that there's a home field advantage. 31-28 is the projection right now, 3-point game. That doesn't matter much with all the players we have. The Stars, man, look, Stars have Herbert, who is off right now. We'll see what happens there. Najee Harris, Cooks, Cooper Kupp, Kelsey, and DJ Moore. He is absolutely loaded. Watch out. Man, be really interesting what's going to happen in the playoffs there. Stars are looking really strong. Jake Matthews' showboats are coming to play with Josh Allen. Josh Jacobs is back. A.J. Brown is now playing great. Jamar Chase is amazing. And Deebo Samuel. This is a great game here, looking at it. The Stars and the Showboats, one to watch, game of the week. And then the Maulers and the Stallions. The Maulers, Ron Freeman's team, right now in this game is favored heavily, but the Stallions are going to make some lineup changes. I know Chris is going to bring it. So Maulers and the Stallions, both teams are 4-4. It's talked about 3-5 and 4-4 is a pivotal week here with divisional games coming up in the season. And then New Jersey Generals and the Bulls. The Generals have not lined them up yet. Darren Spencer always waits till a little bit later, and that's okay. He's a busy man. Can't project this game right now, but I'm going to give this one to the Bulls at home just based on the fact that they've got 24 points sitting there right now, and I'm not sure the Generals can muster that many points. And then the Breakers and the Bandits. Last game, Bandits are 4-4. Brian Tracy's team trying to make a difference this year. He's been at the bottom of the division, I think, every year. Sometimes unfortunate, sometimes bad play maybe, but he's proven himself this year at 4-4, and this is a close one. This is less than a point. Breakers and Tampa Bay Bandits. So looking at the standings really quick here, we'll start there in the Pacific versus the Central. You know, these Pacific games, if the Invaders were to lose this game, if they were to, it's not going to matter much. I think they got 100% there on the playoff percentage, so they're pretty much going to be there. And then you've got the rest of the league, and then you've got right there LA with a much higher percentage of playoff chances. So, and then there in the Central Division, as you can see, it's tight. Panthers pretty loaded, got the best percentages there, but we'll see what happens there in that division. And then you go to the Atlantic Division. The Stars got a 2-game lead right now over the Maulers. Maulers game is real important this week to stay with the Stars, and you got that game of the week with the Boats and the Stars. Can the Boats bring them down a notch? We'll wait and see. And then the South, the Boats, as you can see, are only tied in a 3-way tie, so they need to win that game. And then you look at the other teams there in the South. The South is anybody's game going forward. 4 divisional games at the end of the season. All right, guys, have a great week. That was it. I hope you enjoyed it.